Hi, welcome to Arkintel. Poland is becoming one of the Europe's biggest industrial winners. Factories are moving in, manufacturing is expanding, and investment keeps rising across the country. At the same time, much of Europe is struggling with weak growth. But Poland's economy is still expected to expand by around 3.7% in 2026. That's one of the strongest growth rates in the European Union. But growth at this speed creates strain quickly too. Workers become harder to find, housing gets more expensive, infrastructure gets stretched, and politics starts mattering more economically. Poland's growth story is already happening. The bigger question now is, can the country handle the pressure that comes with it? For decades, Western Europe dominated manufacturing. Germany became the center of that system. Its factories powered supply chains across the continent. But after the pandemic, companies started rethinking how production worked. Shipping delays exposed how dependent Europe had become on distant supply chains. Then, energy prices surged after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. And suddenly, businesses wanted something different. Production closer to Europe, closer to customers, and inside the EU itself. That shift created a huge opportunity for Poland. The country already had strong highways and rail links, lower labor costs than Western Europe, EU membership, and a large industrial workforce. So, investment accelerated quickly. Manufacturing still accounts for around 16 to 17% of Poland's economy, a noticeably larger share than in many Western European countries. Poland's exports of goods and services equal roughly 50% of GDP, and logistics growth has exploded. Poland's warehouse market has now expanded beyond 36 million square meters, making it one of the largest logistics markets in Europe. You can actually see this change happening physically. Around cities like Wrocław, Poznan, and Łódź, industrial parks continue expanding. New warehouses keep appearing near highways. Free traffic remains heavy, and some of Europe's biggest industrial investments are now happening inside Poland. Battery production has expanded rapidly, logistics networks continue growing, and advanced manufacturing investment keeps moving into the country. Poland is no longer being treated simply as a cheaper economy inside Europe. It's increasingly being treated as one of the countries helping shape Europe's industrial future. But the faster production expands, the harder it becomes for the rest of the economy to scale alongside it. For years, one of Poland's biggest advantages was cost. Companies could manufacture products much more cheaply than in Western Europe while still staying inside the EU market. But successful economies eventually change their own labor markets, and Poland is now reaching that stage. Poland's unemployment rate remains around 3%, one of the lowest levels in the European Union. For workers, that feels positive. But for companies, it creates intense competition for labor. Factories compete for technicians, construction firms compete for laborers, warehouses compete for drivers, technology companies compete for engineers, and businesses are paying more to attract them. By late 2025, corporate sector wages in Poland were still rising by around 8.6% year-on-year, showing how aggressively companies were still competing for workers. That improves living standards. But it also slowly changes the economics that originally attracted manufacturers into the country. Because cheap labor helped build the first phase of Poland's rise, the next phase will be harder. Countries don't become major industrial powers by staying cheap forever. Eventually, they need to produce more value, more advanced products, and more productivity per worker, especially because demographics are becoming another challenge. Poland's median age is now 43, and like much of Europe, the country's working age population is expected to shrink over time. That means future growth cannot depend simply on adding more workers anymore. The economy now needs more automation, more engineering, more advanced manufacturing, and stronger productivity growth. And that transition is much harder. Economic growth changes expectations. When countries grow quickly for years, people stop thinking mainly about catching up. They start asking different questions. Why is housing still expensive? Why is infrastructure still crowded? Why don't public services improve faster? Why does daily life still feel financially stressful? Because while Poland's economy has expanded rapidly, living costs also rose sharply after Europe's inflation shock. Property prices increased heavily in major cities like Warsaw and Krakow. Rental markets tightened sharply as millions of Ukrainian refugees entered Poland after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. At one point, Poland hosted more Ukrainian refugees than any other European country. That created additional demands on housing, transport, schools, and public services. And for many younger workers, that creates a strange contrast. The country is growing quickly, but daily life can still feel expensive and competitive. At the same time, Poland is also spending heavily on defense. In 2026, Poland plans to spend around 4.8% of GDP on defense, the highest level in NATO relative to the size of its economy. Given Poland's location near the war in Ukraine, security has become a major national priority. But heavy military spending also means governments have less room for housing, infrastructure, healthcare, and energy investment. And politics inside Poland remains highly divided. Debates over EU relations, judicial reforms, and migration continue, keeping the political environment tense. Why does that matter economically? Because once an economy becomes this important industrially, investors start watching political tension much more closely too, especially when they are building factories expected to operate for decades. The challenge for Poland today is very different from the challenge it faced 15 years ago. Back then, the country was mainly trying to catch up economically. Now, it's trying to move into a more advanced stage of growth. Germany's economy has slowed sharply compared to the past. Supply chains are being reorganized across Europe, and defense manufacturing is becoming increasingly important. That creates a huge opportunity for Poland, because Poland is no longer competing simply to attract factories. It's increasingly competing to become one of Europe's central industrial economies. And competing at that level requires a different kind of economy. The country now needs more innovation, stronger energy capacity, more skilled workers, advanced manufacturing, and faster productivity growth. Poland now needs industries that generate more value before rising costs start weakening its advantage. Because once countries reach this level economically, growth becomes harder to sustain through cost advantages alone. And that's the position Poland is entering now. Not just a country trying to grow faster than Europe, but a country trying to secure a long-term place at the center of Europe's industrial future. For years, Poland's story was about catching up. Now, it's becoming something different. A country attracting factories, investment, and growing strategic importance across Europe. That's a major shift. But rapid success changes expectations too. People expect better living standards. Companies expect the infrastructure to keep up, and governments face much harder decisions than before. Because Poland is no longer competing just to grow faster. It's trying to secure a long-term place at the center of Europe's industrial future. If you found this video insightful, check out Portugal's growth story, Too Good to Last, where we break down tourism-led growth, rising housing pressures, and the deeper weaknesses beneath Portugal's recovery. Click the video to watch now.